Speaking English alone. My best tips for beginners by yourself. In a small, quiet village nestled among green hills, lived a boy named Arjun. But he faced a challenge that made him feel isolated. He struggled with English. In school, the other children laughed whenever he mispronounced words or stumbled over sentences. His teachers, though kind, were often too busy to give him the attention he needed. Arjun's father, a farmer, often told him, "Son, the world beyond these hills speaks a different language. If you want to explore it, you must learn to speak English." But in their village, there was no one to practice with. Arjun decided he had to find a way to learn on his own. One day, Arjun visited the village library, a small room filled with dusty books and a single computer. He found an old grammar book and a dictionary. This is my start, he thought. Over the next few weeks, he immersed himself in the basics. Arjun quickly realized that knowing grammar wasn't enough. He needed to speak. But with no one around to converse with, he felt stuck. Then one evening, as he fed the chickens, he had an idea. He started talking to the animals in English. "Hello, Mr. Rooster. How are you today?" he asked with a laugh. The rooster clucked, and Arjun replied, "Oh, I'm fine. Thank you." Though it felt silly, it was a way to practice. Every morning, as he worked in the fields, he described what he was doing aloud in English. "I am planting seeds. The sun is shining. The soil is wet." At first, his sentences were short and awkward, but day by day, they improved. One day, the village had announced that the library's computer would now have internet access twice a week. Arjun was thrilled. With his father's permission, he went online and discovered a treasure trove of resources. He found free videos, apps, and podcasts that taught English. His favorite was a series of videos where a friendly teacher spoke slowly and clearly. Arjun mimicked every word and phrase, pausing and repeating until he got it right. He also downloaded English songs and sang along, even if he didn't understand every word. His favorite was a cheerful tune called "Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star." Singing helped him learn pronunciation and rhythm. Arjun decided to surround himself with English. He labeled everything in his house with sticky notes: door, chair, window, and table. He even convinced his younger sister to play a game where they could only speak English for an hour each evening. At night, he read simple storybooks from the library, whispering the words aloud. If he didn't know a word, he looked it up in his dictionary and wrote it in a notebook. His vocabulary grew, and so did his confidence. Months passed, and Arjun's efforts started to show. One day, a group of tourists arrived in the village, lost and looking for directions. The villagers were hesitant to approach, but Arjun stepped forward. In hesitant but clear English, he said, "Hello. Can I help you?" The tourists smiled warmly. "We're looking for the waterfall," one of them said. Arjun guided them, explaining the path in English. Though he made a few mistakes, the tourists understood him and thanked him profusely. The villagers, who had once teased him, watched in awe. Word of Arjun's achievement spread, and soon, others in the village came to him for help. He started teaching basic English to the children, and even some adults. Years later, Arjun became a tour guide, helping visitors explore the beauty of his village. His journey to learn English taught him valuable lessons. Arjun practiced a little every day, even when it felt difficult or lonely. Speaking to animals, singing songs, and labeling objects were all creative ways to practice despite the teasing and initial setbacks. Arjun believed in himself and stayed motivated. Arjun's story became an inspiration to others, proving that with determination and resourcefulness, anyone can achieve their goals. even if they start alone.